One thing I think I heard on a Gary Vee podcast recently, he was talking about quantity versus quality, which I think he has some great perspectives on. He basically said you can't post too much because social media algorithms are designed to take your content, find out who it's relevant to based on the nature of the content, keywords in it, hashtags, and then show it to the people that are the most likely to be interested in it. I was like, that makes sense. And so I started posting more frequently on LinkedIn, and I think it's working. Although it's funny, today I saw a comment from somebody that said, how do I unsubscribe from your posts? Which was a little discouraging. But overall, I posted a couple of text posts, a couple of video posts, and I do think that their algorithm shows the right people the right stuff. That said, there's probably some people going to say, dude, you're posting too much. So there's always that argument. Now, the ironic thing is that Twitter, for example, which is a more chronological feed. I know Twitter also has an algorithm, which I think that if you don't log in frequently, they show you algorithm-driven results. And if you do log in frequently, they just show you chronological, which is kind of perfect. So for me, it's all chronological. There is a point at which when people post too much, even if I'm interested in what they have to say, if they just post too much, it's just too much. Actually, Gary Vee, who I'm a big fan of, and I listen to his podcast, I watch his YouTubes. I don't follow him on Twitter because it's just too much stuff, and it's a lot of sports stuff and whatnot. For what I'm looking for in my Twitter feed, it's just a bit overkill. I think that it depends on which platform you're talking about. And I know some people might be like yelling at the screen going, dude, you're posting too much. I've actually been trying to be a lot more mindful when I'm posting to Twitter. I'm doing a lot more replies than retweets and posts, because if you reply to someone, it only shows other people who follow them, so you can engage with people without necessarily blowing up your feed. For example, today I didn't do the Periscope because Periscope posts a video to my feed, and like I said, I want to limit on Twitter to maybe 1 or 2 videos a day, and these clips I'm doing I think are working better and are more relevant. They have captions, so I think that it's just a better experience for somebody reading. So I'm getting rid of that one because I think it's just noise, and instead I'll do 1 or 2 of the video clips with captions, which I think make more sense. So I'm really trying to be mindful of it. I know I'm posting somewhat frequently, but trying to be mindful of it. So I think that if you are posting on an algorithm-driven site, and it's interesting because Gary Vee on LinkedIn, and I don't look at my LinkedIn feed that much, but when I do look at it, I'll usually see one of his posts at the top of my feed, and it's usually an interesting post to me. It's usually relevant, and I'm like, cool. And I just see like one at a time. So I think that if it is algorithm-driven, you probably can err on the side of posting quantity. And the other thing that Gary says, which I agree with, is that quantity is quality in the sense that by posting frequently, you iterate quickly and you learn quickly and you adapt quickly, which helps you ultimately increase your quality. Now, if you're just pumping out a whole bunch of nonsense, of course, that's not quality. And I've seen this, as I've been iterating frequently on these videos, I'm seeing like the video clips with the captions and things are working better. So I'm learning that, and that's improving quality and things like that.